National Chamber, on National Business Development. Basically, it is to educate and give you awareness on the application filling process. To begin the day proceedings, I would like to invite Mr. Nandini Rubipala, immediate past president of the National Chamber, for their conference.
Good afternoon to everybody. Today, in fact, yeah, we met with having the president also today due to one conference, and even head of technical committee is not there, and also is not available today. But unfortunately, what happened, he had to run for a very specific meeting at the center bank. Of maybe national interest, so it was completely unavoidable. So even with those issues, even we have invited Professor Malik Pranasinghe, but they are again unfortunately very much unavoidable circumstances. He is getting connected to soon today. What happened to? Whatever happened, when we look at the number of applicants who are coming down here, we had to stop at one particular moment of time when it started exceeding 80, 100, and 110, something like that. So the post one of the event is going to have a serious impact to the people who are willing to come down over here physically. First, we thought maybe better for us to have it on Zoom. But later on, understand the enthusiasm which has always been there when we had it physically. They thought it's going to be better for us to have that event physically as well. So after taking all those decisions, after inviting you, even we had certain other issues, we thought it is better for us to go ahead with that without any postponement. So we are going to discuss. And specifically, maybe when it comes to question and answers, we would like to get your feedback. We would like to get any clarifications from you for you to get updated yourself up to a sound and good level, comfortably for you to compile the application. So that's the objective of the discussion today. And maybe without taking much of your time, allowing most of the time for the presentation as well as the again specifically question and answer. I would like to talk at that point, asking one to with the other aspects of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Muthiwala, for opening remarks. Let me take you through some very generic aspects of the application. Okay. The contents would be eligibility, classification of awards, application evaluation procedure, basic information in preparing the application, excellence model, evaluation criteria, and the marking scheme. That is the entire presentation today. I would cover at the very beginning the classification and application evaluation process on the administrative aspect. Any registered business organization in Sri Lanka, which has in operation, which have been in operation for minimum 3 years, is eligible to apply. And we have to be very careful about how you look at your company status, divisions, units, estate, factories, etc. of organizations. Unless they are legal entity by itself, they are not eligible. So the companies are having various divisions with different factories. So you can't take them as legal entities. So the registered listener entity only can apply for this. Overall, Voldemort winner of previous year is not eligible to apply for immediately succeeding 3 years. So the previous winner will not be able to, overall winner will not be able to apply for next 3 years. And as you see, we have a National Business Excellence Gold Award, the overall excellence, that is the pinnacle award. And there is silver award, that is again the overall silver award, overall excellence. And the bronze award is also there. Those are awards. And there are criteria awards on different aspects, like resident winner and the runner, excellence in corporate governance and strategy, capacity building, performance management, local market reach, global market reach, corporate social responsibility, environmental sustainability, and financial results. On those aspects, there are eligible, you are eligible or you are entitled for awards on those aspects. That is as winner and as runner. And we look at categories, again winner and runner, and then we look at second runner also. There are a lot of awards. There is micro category, the smallest, and small sector, medium sector, large sector, and extra large sector. How you are getting classified into these categories will be explained in the next slides, and it is very clearly mentioned in your catalog or the brochure that is given to you. You would have got the e-copy right now. This is how you are categorized. To be extra large, you have to have 5,000 and over employees of the organization, and 5 million or over the capital employed. And annual revenue is also 5 billion and over. This is in rupees. So it is whatever you are putting into the higher category. Let's say you have only 4,000 employees and 5 billion or over in either capital or annual revenue. You are in extra large category. For another example, so you have 5,000 employees, 4 billion, 4 billion revenue, and then 5,000 employees, you are gaining. So whatever that you are selected as, then you belong to as you see, I think you are already aware, many are applying for second and third time also. We have the first stage desk review, second stage interviews, and third stage judges final review. Actually, National Chamber is only facilitating this process, and we have no involvement whatsoever in the selection process or the judging process. the technical evaluation panel and the panel of judges, the topmost body of the civil evidence, are actually very independent, and we do not get involved in this process. So it's an independent process. We will not influence, we will not take decisions, we will not get interfere in those activities. We will only facilitate as the chamber. That is how we have kept the independence of these decisions. And then it has taken us a long way. In this all these years, last 18 years, we have practiced it. I think just to mention that the chairman of the panel of judges will be the and the final deciding authority regarding the evaluation procedure and the recipients of the awards. As I said, there is no involvement of the national chamber, we have the president. And the panel of judges and the technical panel will not accept any samples or products or gifts. And then do not please try to canvas or rather contact them separately, you are disqualified. We are very strict on this. So we are very particular. We are telling you early. This is a very sensitive message that we are bringing across. Be very careful. This is a very independent process. So as the last item you see, any attempt to make contact with panel of judges may lead to disqualification. We practice it. And part A, the general details of the application you will already you have already seen. Part B is report containing responses to the criteria. That is how the application is structured, and then the financial and business data. Mr. Purvipala will take you through all this process. The last year should be based on as follows: the financial results that you are supposed to submit. Your January to December is your financial year. So you have to present your 2021 accounts. If your financial year is from March to April, so it is 2021 to 2022. You have to present your year sheets. This time the application process is sort of online. You are submitting your proposal virtually. So there are words limitations when you are getting into the online application form. There are limitations in words that you can put into the text box. So approximately 2 to 5 marks that you are getting in a question, you can put 300 text, 300 words. Likewise, as you see, 6 to 10 marks, about 400 text, and then 400 words. As you go on, 1,000 and 1,500 words are also allowed in those text boxes when you are filling in online. And obviously, you can attach particular say pictures, graphs, tables, whatever relevant information for your answers with the correct references given in the correct drop boxes. You can put your attachments in place. So that is how you should provide all your application information. You are given the text boxes to fill in. You can attach information wherever you need to attach, and then you can simply refer your question number for that particular attachment. Let's say you are taking an attachment for question number 6. It's nice if you could make number 6 attachment 1, number 6 attachment 2, something like that. So the consultant will go through it very carefully, and you will be basically benefited by attaching the information in a very basically making the attachment in the proper way. And supporting documents are also the same. So it's provided through the online system. As of now, the management has decided that the last date of submission of application is 15 February 2023 by 16 hours. All information provided in the application will be treated with stricter confidence and will be used only for the purpose of competition. We assure you that this information will not be diverted to any part other than the evaluation process. So it will not be available for anybody else. That is an assurance given by the national chamber. Statement of declaration by the highest ranking executive of the organization when you apply. The highest ranking officer of your organization may be the chairman, the managing director, the CEO, or a general manager as of your organization structure. So you are supposed to give a justification why you are the best candidate for this excellence program, that's excellence award. So that is about A1 A4 page. You can upload it as an image with the signature of your highest ranking officer. So when you do your initial application payments, office will give you the online link from the national chamber where you could apply. Ladies and gentlemen, that is part one. Let me introduce very briefly the presenter today, the actual person who will take you through with all the details. He had been with the national chamber for a very long ways, but he just stepped down from the presidentship of the national chamber on 25th January as a AGM. For 2 years he was already in the presidentship. It's important for me to tell you his exposure. It's very briefly, it's a very long one, but I will make it very brief. Mr. Nandi Kapur is the immediate past president of the National Chamber, and he is also the chief financial officer of Commercial Bank PLC, and the trustee and non-executive director of the Chartered Institute of Securities and Investment, UK, and the president of the National Advisory Council of CISI, Sri Lanka branch. And he is also a member of the Global Forum Education Association of Chartered Certified Accountants of UK, and immediate past chairman of member panel of ACTA Sri Lankan branch. Member of the organization commission under Industrial Promotion Act, set up by the President's Office, Sri Lanka, and council member of University of Colombo, and is external faculty board member of Faculty of Management and the Commerce of University of Calgary, governing council member of the National Institute of Business Management, and member of Entrepreneurship and Leadership Development Committee and Executive Committee member of Assembly Task Force of the Institute of Chartered Accountants. I mentioned those to basically give you a list of what is the social ease for you use to do that.
Thank you for the introduction. Let's quickly move into what we are going to discuss. We decided that we need to relook at the application way back, maybe about 2 years back, in 2019. from 2019, we have done certain changes. Just go through some of the changes we have done for you to understand where the emphasis is going to be. Then during 2021, also we did certain changes as well. Specifically 2021 and 2022. Those 2 years we have done certain changes. As far as the model is concerned, once we went through the model, we thought excellency leadership, the basic model, what we have mentioned some time back, the relevance of the model has not really changed. But maybe the emphasis which is going to be given to different aspects, we thought it's going to be better for us to maybe change slightly. Then there again, the governance aspect is pretty much important because it is going to be maybe one of the important elements when you look at accelerating strategy and leadership. Is going to be one cornerstone for you to develop yourself. Finally, with other components, we are going to get end up with excellent financial results and the business results. But the cornerstone is going to be the excellence in the strategy and the leadership. So because of that, from 2019 onwards, we have really changed, maybe to a certain extent, as far as the marks which are allocated also. We can see here only the current marking scheme, where we allocated excellence in strategy and leadership 150. The last year also we allocated 150. But if you can recall, the most of us, I know that you have been going through this particular exercise a couple of times. Way back 2019, we have allocated only 100 marks. So we gradually increase the number of marks which is going to get allocated to 150 from hundreds when it comes to excellence in strategy and leadership. Then moving into excellence in corporate governance and strategy. Since we have increased the leadership 50 marks, we just kept excellence in corporate governance and strategy at 100%, 100 marks. All the marks are allocated with overall marks of 1,000. So maybe when you look at it, maybe 1/4 of marks were given to excellence in the strategy and leadership categories. Earlier it was maybe about 200 marks. Now moving into excellence in capacity building, we kept it at 150 itself. Then when it comes to excellence in performance management, maybe earlier 150, we came down to 130 and kept it at 130. Then the excellence in local and global market reach, specifically giving some emphasis onto the global market reach, we thought that it would be better for us to allocate with more marks for this particular pillar. So from 150, this year we have increased to 109. Then excellence in corporate CSR and environmental sustainability. So from 100 per year, we increased last year to 120. They are again increasing to 130. Finally, excellence in business and financial results. Earlier we allocated 250 marks, 1/4 was COVID. But later on, when we look at the current situation, specifically when we ran into COVID, we saw the relevance of maybe for a while the relevance of the financial results started coming down. So we reviewed it to 200 the last year, but finally when it comes to this year, we further reduced it to 150 out of total 1,000 marks allocated for entire question. So we'll move in very quickly some of the aspects of it. Maybe for your benefit, I will go through some of the elements and then we'll leave time for the question and answers also. Newly added during 2021, some of the questions I am going to highlight in blue, and whatever we added maybe year before, in 2021 in blue, the last year, the new one which are going to come we have done so much of changes during 2022, but there were certain changes. So there also will be effect. So when you look at the structure of it, we started the cornerstone for the pillar is relevant for the excellence in strategy and leadership. So we allocate 150 marks. So this describes how board of directors and their leadership guides the organization and inspires the employees to achieve desired goals, which is we feel is going to be extremely important. Particularly, we are looking at certain aspects under question 1. We look at vision, and values for the purpose of the organization, which came in later. Earlier, we had the purpose of organization, we had only the vision, but later on, we thought the purpose of organization is going to be one much more broader. You need to look at the society as a whole, because you need to coexist in the society. So if you really generate value only for few people in the organization or few stakeholders, rather than the stakeholders, maybe only for the shareholders, the value that you are going to get created are going to be only for few people. So we noticed the purpose of the organization, maybe the last year or this year, because when we look at maybe internationally accepted investors, specifically funds who are looking at as well as maybe one of the local institutions also, they look at what kind of value that you create for the society as well. Sometimes when you look at the extreme of making profits, sometimes you might create value only for few people, maybe that sometimes disrupt the value creation for the society. So that's why we can in 1.2 strategy, you can see 25 marks. There again, we have this particular deliberation whether strategy is the one we should run the organization or whether the leadership should run the organization. We have discussion about it. Even though giving the prominence to strategy, because sometimes we but sometimes we will do the Dharma is the one that we need to follow and a person. So what when we look at the current organization structures, maybe some amount of bureaucracy, maybe some amount of power in the hands of the people. So then you need to have the leadership also as an important pillar. Who's going to decide the strategy of the organization? So the strategy we allocate 25 marks. Then we move into how the organization overall and specific performance is reviewed by the top management. We know there should be some transparent way of reviewing the processes, reviewing the performance, maybe the individuals or the groups. Mostly when we look at it, when we look at broader governance aspects, even the remuneration, the bonuses, the promotions, everything is allocated in this particular area. So you need a very transparent type of performance evaluation and the review. So we look at the processes that are going to be applied by organizations when they do so. The important element here is we have our head of judges who will have amount of interview with you, because this particular award is not going to be reporting. We are slightly different to that. So you can report, but there again it will be reviewed by whether actual new practice that in your working place. So that particular difference is pretty much remarkable as far as our model is concerned. We can be there from the very beginning. When we are running into 2022, so many years of the excellence. Then the technical committee, as Bambu also said, fortunately we have Mr. Manzir here, the partner at Deloitte Sri Lanka. At least to come up with certain issues in the absence of Sanat. There again, I haven't got involved with any technical committee matters last 2 years. While the president, if you talk about governance, then you cannot be involved in any of this. So until I step down, even now I am not getting involved with the important SVD for the technical. So unfortunately, some of the absence is there, but we have below partner, so once if you run into certain issues, he will be able to support you as far as last 2 years content I was not involved. He will have to support me to elaborate and give some kind of clarifications if needed in council. Then when it comes to maybe the panel judges, we have Jessica, who's one of the past presidents as well, and who have been there for us very long period of time as far as national business excellence is concerned. I believe Professor Manikran Singh also is bundle of connected to.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for him also getting connected. If there are any clarifications, we can see any speak to those two prominent members of the to get into clarification. So we move into maybe 1.4 here. How the leadership inspires the workforce. There are certain practical questions, and I'm going to go through one by one. But we definitely are certain questions for we come up with actual practices that we have developed. Finally, how the organization's leadership actively promotes harmonious industrial relations. Also, attracting other by mass, which is the last question as far as the application is concerned. We look at one of the new questions we added under 1.6. We had how does the organization distribute ownership and control. So we need maybe some kind of very brief description about it. Then we talk about what does the organization to ensure diversity, gender balance, inclusion and equitable pay. As I can remember, these were two also were added some newly to the marking scheme.
Yes.
Maybe during not this year but last year.
Yes.
Because we saw the importance of inclusivity as well as diversity. What we have, maybe when you look at the current context, the observation, not only mine in others, observation is that most of the time we have the power maybe in the hands of very few people. Then meaningful discussion, meaningful deliberations, then the innovation also can be disrupted when we have like that shorter contract. Maybe we know politically also when the constitution gives the power very maybe 1%. So that if we try to inculcate that into the business organization, is so here. So by looking at and having a discussion, we included maybe 4 marks for what is the organization to ensure diversity, gender balance, inclusion and equitable pay. Another important element we have added over there. Then during this year also we added another one. How does the organization ensure meritocracy in the governance and its structure? So we know when you get into maybe management, then you need to identify people who have the skills. Maybe not on the qualification, you need to recognize the skills of the people when you promote them up in the organization. So what you do to ensure that? So we got on the diversity and equitable kind of the environment which can create innovation in the organization, but also one of the elements which we thought that we need to include in this application. Then we go into this side. In what way does the company guard against the corruption and competitive practices that has been there for a very long time in our application? Because sometimes you can see some of these maybe manipulation of the government policies even can bring in huge amount of maybe financial benefits, but finally the credibility of the organization. Sometimes those violations can bring you down maybe 21. Those are important elements. How does the company ensure ethical accounting and tax practices? So specifically when it comes to not only the ethical accounting but even tax practices, even SMEs, we feel if the SMEs are going to be much more formalized, if you get into maybe the ladder of the organizations as formal organizations, maybe their activity, their ability to take maybe loans, their ability to present themselves in the marketplace would be much more than trying to be in the informal sector. So quickly move forward, otherwise I'm taking a lot of time. Maybe I'm eating into the time of question and answers also. Then we move into how the organization's strategy was adapted to be resilient amidst COVID-19 pandemic and current economic scenario. That also we added the last year. Where we wanted to see how we sustain during the COVID period. During COVID-19, what are the major challenges faced by the business and what measures are put in place to overcome them. So we allocated 5 months. This came new during the COVID time. But that we continue to work with you also in the start of the year, maybe very recent, we ran with the COVID. So what are the measures that you have taken? How agile you have been as far as the these kind of vulnerabilities are concerned. So that we thought it's going to be important for us to add some remarks. And then what are the changes your business have made to accommodate new norm? We will then again another 5 months, about 10 months allocated for emerging COVID-19, how we tackle that situation. Then we move into we had 3 new questions during 2022 in the new application. There we asked describe how your entity manages the impact arising from government policy changes. We have seen during 2022 so many changes in the policy, maybe for the better or maybe for the worse. But then again, once the policy changes taken place, then we might have to adapt. But we included this particular question. I think this is designated we are discussing about it. Nothing to do with the tax policy change later on much recently, but certain other changes, some drastic changes should take during 2022. So whether it's going to be good or bad, how agile we are, and we have adapted, then the topic, then the climate or weather changes and other uncontrollable factors in making the decision against the external factors. So we thought it's going to be better for us to inculcate the part of climate change as well. And therefore we have maybe certain questions as far as the also. So these are kind of things that normally investor community very keen that. And we understood the fact that maybe about 5 years ago, even before that, much before the COVID also, institutional investors always started looking at environmental governance and social aspects, ESG aspects. On the top of it, they look at what we are going to develop. Say, for example, we have governance structure, whether that governance structure is diverse, inclusive, it gives a fair opportunity to everybody, whether you hear the voices of different people. So that will be the cornerstone. So we are not going to drastically, but we try to slowly include certain things in the application. So that's why some of these things came into the application using this year also. Then next question, describe how your organization managed to bring much required foreign exchange to the country for sale required foreign exchange. So we know that has been another very critical element. Whether we do certain amount of maybe internal adjustments or whether we do certain amount of disposable, even maybe temporary as far as the model is concerned, whether we can do certain amount of maybe import substitution or whether it is possible for us to do something locally, at least during this kind of the rigid period, we might have to go through that maybe for another couple of years. So what we have done, so we are going to recognize that part of it as well, specifically how you manage the correlates. Then moving to the next one, this is also another new question we added on. Describe how relevant costs have been managed for minimizing buffer the foreign exchange pressure on cost of imports. So they are again very much connected to it. As far as the foreign exchange is concerned, they are again what are the mechanisms? How you increase your productivity? What are the elements that you brought in to protect that particular aspect? So that be maybe about 13 marks allocated for that particular aspect, which is going to be extremely important when you look at the operations 2020 the last year, even maybe sometimes moving forward also. So we quickly move into the excellence in corporate governance and strategy. So we are allocating 100 marks for it since we are allocated 150 for the previous pillar. So under that, we look at governance structure and how the board evaluate themselves. That particular category carries about 60 marks. Then compliance, statutory and regulatory requirements, another 40 marks. So we have different questions over there. Then rather here, I don't think that we have a lot of changes that we brought in. Specifically, whatever we have been kind of going through, most of the things were not changed even during 2019 and even last 2 years. So we move into excellence in capacity building. There we look at the details of how organization improves the capacity. Because you need to improve, you need to increase your capacity and the size. But there again, maybe during a difficult time like this, improving the capacity may not be that much possible sometimes also. But capacity building is always for the future. Because of that, we haven't really changed the market for those. We get 150 for it. Then specifically, we can track duration and how much you really spend for the research and development. It carries about 30 marks. Then new investment made to improve the existing processes and the capacity building, another 35 marks. Then the one thing is capacity building, other one is going to be the process development. How the processes can be improved, where you can improve the productivity. That carries about 25 marks. Then the final question, describe how people in the organization are developed, because naturally this element is somewhat to do with the governance as well. You need to have motivated staff, you need to have the skill development of the people who are in the organization. So, of course, even about 60 marks, like throughout the marking scheme. So, moving into the excellence in performance management. There again, there is slight difference, maybe allocation of the marks, where it was 150 as I can remember. There is a slight difference there since we need to allocate much more marks for the governance figure. And so because of that, there is slight change, but still the importance will be performance targets, how you set the budgets for the organization as a whole, then the budget process, how you do with what kind of collaboration, what kind of targets, and how collaborative that you can do the budget process. That carries about 40 marks. The management information system, that you need to have information circulated among the people who really contribute to it. So that communication part carries about 20 marks. Then the individual performance evaluation, CQ needs to identify outliers and promote them and recognize them. So we allocate about 70 marks for that. There are a number of questions under that. I'm not going to, in the interest of time, I'm not going to get into each and every detail, but if you have any questions, we can look at it separately. So the fifth one is going to be the excellence in local and global market trees. Then they are again usual the ones where we look at market share in the industry, awards and recognitions what you get, what you got, specifically the export growth. Since we captured the export growth in some other place also, we are not going to repeat it in another way, because we talk about what you have done to capture the markets, what you have done to maybe improve the foreign exchange. We captured in somewhere else also. So we want to kind of repeat it here, even though it is important. So what we have here is pretty much customer is what we discussed maybe sometime like I said. So the global market separately, if you are not really global, then you can choose the local market aspect. I'm not going to give you the details in the time. But if you are maybe most of your revenue is generated locally, it doesn't matter, then you can get into that particular stream. There's no need for you to maybe try to grapple with the global market if you are not open to global. But one thing which I can remember always was, even if you are a local company, maybe more than 50% of your revenue coming from the local market, still if you, what are the efforts that you have done during the year, or maybe during 1 or 2 years, to get into the global market? Even though you might not be successful, but what effort that you have done, that particular one is captured when it comes to the global markets, even local markets too. So we have allocated some of them for like this way. Then probably I'm not going to add on the global market. I just briefly mention about this. Then moving ahead, we look at the procedure, how the organization accepts that when it comes to the customer satisfaction, another important aspect of it, whether you look at whether customers are satisfied, whether you evaluate it, whether you look at it, but other processes are in place to capture that particular part of it. Then the customer complaints, how those are handled, then there are defects, whether there is a mechanism for you to compensate for those defects. So the customer we normally look at those actions in our then moving into external corporate social responsibility, there we have added so many things. In the interest of the time, I might have to cut the only new things that we have added there. Yeah. When we look at the 612 CSR operation and impact, we increase the marks also for it. Then we have added maybe last year number of questions. One is, are any strategies implemented with a motive to capture a client who may purchase company products while you are doing the CSR program, the objective of the CSR program, whether you try to deploy some program in the name of people. Sometimes when it comes to green, we say that we do product green things, but still sometimes we don't do it. I think this green noting came from hospitality industry, where they say don't use maybe the towel, you can use the towel to make balance. So what they say is, after using towel, when you go to hotel, try to use it 2-3 times. So they say that they are trying to be environmental friendly, but the people started calling it green. Because the objective is not really to save the water or save something else, but to save the cost. So even the greenwashing very widely used these days, which came from that particular industry on the whole. So what we are trying to do here is whether you have some kind of a motive, either right for CSR, whether you are trying to do something else right for motive, which will not carry kind of requirements. So to that we have included certain things. Then we saw the importance of getting connected to the community. Maybe the creation of value if it is not really connected through your value chain, even if it's get connected through value chain, say for example, in the vicinity, in the community, what we do, that also carries a lot of value. So he added that particular question last year. This year also we added another one question. What does the organization do to ensure product safety and quality leader in terms of total impact? So coming from the ESG, the social component of it, when you do certain maybe changes, when you do manufacturing, you need to be careful about the safety of the community source by aspect. So how much interest that you have taken in that aspect is captured here. Then we have one consideration. I'm not going to go through this. There are so many questions we added in this during last 2 years. I have so many here. But if you have certain questions, I think I will maybe capture later. You have I need to look 50 questions which were added into this application last year and year before. So we thought maybe further, maybe we might change it rather than the CSR, maybe we might change it to the sustainability. But the issue is sustainability, maybe components are still residing in the governance, still residing in the strategy as well. Sometimes keeping it certain way, and something that is going to be different because it is connected all around all the business. So, the supply you can see a lot of this year. We have introduced a lot of new aspects, specifically not during 2022, but year before. So, then finally, when it comes to the final here, marks which are going to get allocated for the financial performance. So it is not 25% this time, it's not 250. It is not even using from 200 to even 150. Revenue carries about 40 months working revenue, and gross profit is 40 months. Return on equity 35, and the return on assets another 35. We have reduced dramatically, and we have removed the valuation because there were a lot of confusion about it. Even from the applicants, we got so many questions. Sometimes some of the data are not really captured for them to come up with meaningful valuation statement. By looking at all that, we removed that particular part. So that relieved us from maybe reducing 200 marks to 150. I think it is going to be relevant for us maybe for this year, where the GDP growth is supposed to be negative, according to the central bank 8.8% during 2022. I think World Bank says it's about 10%. So when your economy is contracted by 10%, if you allocate significant amount, 1/4 of your performance into the profitability and that particular aspects, we thought we had a healthy debate about it. We thought we need to reduce it. But some of the other aspects, like maybe certain development, maybe the governance pillar, where you add a lot of credibility to the institution, those are going to be investments for the future. So very briefly, that's what I had. But we'll listen to suggesting as well, and then thereafter we can get into the question and answer. I know you have to very specific questions sometimes, maybe some clarifications also. We will see how best that we can resolve some of the issues that you have. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me thank Mr. Father for his presentation of the sharing of information in us the application. I would like to invite to speak very briefly Mr. Sunilji Vijayasekar, Chairman of Panel of Judges, NBEA 2022. Let me very briefly introduce him. He's past president, National Chamber, former chairman, Employees Federation of Ceylon, former president, Japan Sri Lanka Technical and Cultural Association, known as Ceylon, former chairman of Employees Trust and Fund Board, EGF Board, and then is non-executive chairman of several district companies. So I would like to invite you, sir, to speak. Good afternoon. Can you hear me at the back? Okay. Thank you. So I have only a very brief statement to make. Because I'm speaking here as the chairman of the panel of judges. But just to give you a little bit of background, which is relevant when you fill the form. There are many awards in Sri Lanka. We have marketing awards, we have HR awards, we have reporting and report awards and so on, what are other awards. But we consider the National Business Excellence Award as the pinnacle of all the, because we are measuring business excellence of the whole entity, not only just one aspect of management. So, but you would have noticed that we also give awards for the different criteria. So even if you think that maybe your organization is not up to the mark in overall excellence, if you have some area that you have really excelled in, try to get that award. I'm not saying that you should forget about the oral, but you still can get some subsidiary category award. Now, when applying for this award, now you have compulsory. I'm sure that there are very few CEOs on no one at all here. You have been, some of you may have been just told, go and listen to what they are saying and then come and do this report. But I think you need a little more teamwork than that. Because what we find when we, now this is the first time we are doing online, earlier we were having a big bulky report. And sometimes the person who is doing the report has no knowledge of the whole organization. And that creates problems. We also find that many of the reports are bulky because of superfluous statements. Answer to the point. And it's not necessary for you to elaborate on how important that subject is, because we already know that. That's why we have asked you to report on. For example, many reports will say, when we ask how do you measure customer satisfaction, and many people in their report say, we believe that customers are the most important people in our business, and whole lot of things theoretical talk about the customer. We don't need that. We know that. That's why we have asked you to tell what you are doing for the customer. right? So avoid all these superfluous, unnecessary things. And some people think that bulkier the report, judges will get very impressed and give more marks. But actually, it can be the other way around because sometimes the bulk report, the information is all over the place, annexes are all over the place, and the judges finding it difficult to get to the facts, get to the annexure, get to the example, get to evidence. So put yourself in the shoes of the judges. Just think that we spend now, how many have applied, Pandana? Yeah, 400. 400. And then they will be shortlisted after the test review, then it comes to the panel of judges. Just imagine, I mean, we spend about 2-3 weeks full time in this auditorium going through this. And can you imagine what our mental state is when we find people just talking? So please think of the judges. Be factual. Do what you say, not what you think we should be doing. Right? So do what you say. And the CEO statement is very important. We specifically ask the CEO statement, why do you think you should be rewarded for excellent? Why do you think you are an excellent company? But the CEO says, so we manufacture this transformer, that generator, this stuff, that stuff, and all that. That's not the answer. Why do you think you are excellent? Because you do this. You are excellent at this. You are excellent at this. And that is that is what we expect from the CEO statement. Also, you have the marks. Marks have been given. Right? Some have maybe 3 marks, 5 marks, 7 marks, 10 marks, and so on. Like how you are answering examination, you should write as much as the marks we have. So for a 3-mark question, you will give a 10-mark answer. And for a 10-mark question, you will put three lines of answer. So be practical. Make sure that the contents will impress the judges, not the volume or the color or the packaging, no matter. So we don't need to know the procedure. We are asking you how you do it. For example, I think last time one year before, when we asked how do you select board members to your board, what do you think the answer should be, and what do you think we are looking for? We are looking to see whether you are admitting proper professionals who can contribute to the strategy and the operations of that organization. Many years ago, how did the chairman of a company admit board members? His golf buddy, his classmate, that was the system. No? So our question is, how do you admit? I mean, now in most of the companies, the boards that I represent, we have a nomination committee. We get various suggestions from people, and then we look at it. We might even look at their profile and all that, and then we decide to name. Now, some people have totally misunderstood, because in the Companies Act, there is a procedure for accommodating directors onto the board. That's also not what we are looking for. So the answer they write, We fill forms on such and such in the registrar company, such and such. We do the online filing if the registrar company is, and we have a board. That's also not what we are looking at. We are looking at see how you attract professionals onto the board. Right? So you must do this by a team. There are lots of things that you may not know. Now, another classic example we come across very often. We ask the question, are you a specified company under the Sri Lanka Accounting and Auditing Monitoring Standards Board or Standards Monitoring Board? Right? Now, most people who prepare this report have never heard of this. And they don't even ask their head of finance what is this. So the answer is no, we are not. And then when we look at the figure, we find that it is actually a specified number. So there itself, you lose because you have given a deliberate wrong answer. So if you don't know what it is, what the subject is, consult your company secretary or lawyer or whatever. Another company, a well-known organization, came for the interview, and we also do our desk review. We got through to the registrar companies and looked at their list of directors. And their annual report has a different list, more than what is given in the registrar companies. And we are saying, how come there is a difference? They said, no, we don't have to get every director registered at the registrar company. You know, ours is a private company and so on, which is totally wrong. Even in a private company, if it is registered under the Companies Act, you have to get that all the directors registered. So there are lots of things that you may not know. So ask in your team, have the company secretary, have your account head, your manufacturing, and all these people should be there. And preparing and presenting at the interview. Now you are listening to us. You are preparing the report. Maybe you don't come for the interview. Even if you come, you just sit quietly. And the CEO answers. And when we ask the question, CEO's answers are totally different to what you have been saying. Totally different. So we don't want to embarrass the CEO or too much saying what your report says, this and that and so on. But we noticed that the CEO's answers were different to what was there in the report. So don't ever let that happen, because what do you think that the judges will be when that happens? So this cannot be a one-man show or a one-man show. You have to have a team, brief the CEO before the interview, and tell the CEO to stick to the points, because very often we run out of time. And I think last time, what was it last time? We had to go, others had come for the interview also, but we had to say, sorry, we are running out of time, please come on another day, right? Wasn't it last week? Because the CEO cannot be stopped. He goes on and on and on. All irrelevant stuff. And he can't be so rude also. So please, it's your job to brief the CEO also before he comes for the interview. Okay, those are the few points that I had. I'm pleased to answer any questions that you have. But before I go, I just want to tell you one thing I tell is every year. You have to know that the world's first excellent award was the Denny Award of Japan. Have you heard that? Anyone? One or two have heard. Denny Award of Japan. That they claim really got them to be more productive and more higher quality, and they were able to capture the Western market. So that Japanese foods were going into America, and Americans were all buying the Japanese food, and American factories closed down. They just couldn't compete. Then Malcolm Baldrige, who was the Secretary of State for Industry, he was promoting her war in the US also, but nobody listened to him. Then he died in a traffic accident. And then they looked, okay, I think we must have this award and name it after Malcolm Baldrige. They had this award of the Malcolm Baldrige Excellence Award, and that improved the competitiveness of US industry. Then European started the European Quality Award, Excellence Award, and so on. Sri Lanka also has a Quality Award, and this award. Sri Lanka actually has other awards like the Productivity Award, our national Excellence Award, and the SNSI has the Quality Award. So these awards have been found to be of great benefit to companies, and actually the Department of Trade in UK promoted this what we call benchmark, that is the excellent company. They arrange visits to these excellent companies to see how they do things, so that the entire British industry will improve. So even here, what we are saying is, we would like to find the best in class company, and others can follow on it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for addressing the gathering, and we will take 5 more minutes to let you know how the online application is structured. After that, we will go in for Q&A. Darshana can help me. On your administrative functions are over with the National Chamber, with the payments. You will get a link for the application process. So when you click that link, you will go into the actual application. This is how it looks like. These are only slides, so not the online system that we are showing here. Every text box should be answered. If it is not relevant, you might have to put at least not applicable in certain cases. Otherwise, you will not be able to move forward to other answers. There are specific places for attachments for basically putting up your photographs, the documents, the graphs, whatever. There are attachments. You may always refer the question number for those attachments. Then it is easier for us to, for the judges and the desk review consultants to follow it up. Number of words that could be used in particular text box is mentioned very clearly. So you have to, you can't exceed those numbers, but you are entitled to attach all your relevant documents wherever it is the provision is given. When it comes to, there was a specific question, it's a long application. You can't fill it at once. So there is a possibility that halfway through you can save it, right, Darshana? You can, David, you can save it, and then you will get that screen on that, and then you skip that screen. You will get into you will get you can fill up your email address, and then you will get the link again on your email, where you could start filling it up at a later time, a different time. So you will not have to, you will not be able to, you will not submit it at that point, but you will stop filling it in your, let's say you are at the end of the day, or you want another resource to fill it up. You can come through this process, save your application, and give your email address and send the link to your email. In this way, you should be able to get somebody else to receive the next step, filling up as well. So this is how it is structured. But our team will help you if you get stuck somewhere. We will online answer you and help you. There were some FAQs of which I can't see. Yeah, they will share the frequently asked questions. This one of the questions were whether you could fill it up you can stop filling it up halfway through, and how you proceed without submitting it. That is the question that I answered now. That's it. We will, Devi and Darshana will share. When you are filling it up online, if you come into any questions, problems, difficulties, we will help you through. But it's a very straightforward system. You will get to know it, and then you will start using it without any problem. So ladies and gentlemen, let me open it for Q&A. Darshana, Avi, do we have anything else? No. Okay. In addition to Mr. Sunil Vijayasinghe and Mr. Nandika Buddhipala, we have Professor Malik Ranasinghe, who is connected online. He is Senior Professor in Civil Engineering, University of Moratuwa, former Vice Chancellor of University of Moratuwa, former Chairman of Sampath Bank PLC, and Chairman of the Information, his current Chairman of Information and Communication Technologies Agency, ICTA, and he is non-executive director of several listed companies. Ladies and gentlemen, so we have Professor Malik Ranasinghe online connected, and Mr. Muzawir Mansir, Member Technical Evaluation Panel, NBEA 2022, and Mr. Mansir is Assurance and Advisory Partner at Deloitte, Sri Lanka, and he has over 15 years of experience in assurance and advisory services, and he's a member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka and member of Institute of Internal Auditors. Ladies and gentlemen, we will open the floor. If you raise your hand, you will get a FM mic. You can raise your question in very brief, with the interest of saving time. Yeah.
Thank you for the briefing. So the question is, when it comes to our new normal, how do you want us to address that?
Mostly it is going to be the financial year, which covers the financial results. Sometimes some of the efforts can be taken place before even. Doesn't matter you're mentioning about it, but the impact, what really had happened during the financial year is going to be important for us.
So you can even other results in the financial
during the period of the financial year.
is being written as a 5 meter and 4 meter or one question by question we have to answer.
Question by question, you have to answer, and you can add on your relevant answers if you have relevant additional information in different documents, say the charts and graphs, photographs, or whatever other additional writing you can attach. And then Darshana, can you tell us what forms of document that they can attach? Yeah, PDF, can you, I think you can see, right? PDF, Docs, Excel, XLX, CSV, those are the formats that you can attach. TXT, RFT, HTML, your famous known JPG, JPEG, PNG, GIF, those things you can attach. Yeah. All the questions you have to answer. If certain questions are not relevant to you, you can say not applicable, but no. If can they go back to change any application, any answer? Can. Yeah, technical is confirming you can do that.
Maybe I'm not very sure, I'm not that much of a technical person, but sometimes the question is that whether you need to go by the order. Sometimes some of the questions can be answered, some of the things are difficult and you keep it separate. That's if you do it in Excel or maybe Word, can they cut and paste it and put it in the box? So could be possible. I think maybe
symbols are nothing, you know.
symbols, yeah, we don't normally use symbols.
So they can, the answer is very simple. The question is very simple. Can you, let's say you go to a word paragraph, you cut it and come and paste it on the text box where the answers to be written. That can happen, right? Yes.
Practically, I think that's going to be the solution. Otherwise, we will struggle because there's no systematic way. Like, since we need to fill one box and to get into another box, then it's going to be a problem. Yeah, that is a
Before submitting, you can do that actually.
Yeah, maybe not. But you can attach the tables, except for you can go as attach. Our issue is I'm not going to know what it is, but look at the submissions. So hundreds of this, maybe a couple of copies also. So if you talk about, I think this came from Sana, I did like to kind of waste this much of paper on this. So we don't finally. Sometimes some of us, including myself, sometimes we would like to look at maybe printed copies, but he was so reluctant. He said, if you are trying to do, you can't allow this kind of waste. If I was also very much agree with that. So we started doing it from this year. So it's something what you proclaim and you are not doing, so you can't do kind of this much of huge amount of papers. You know about the paper cost now. And the scarcity of the papers as well.
Yeah, there's a question.
My question is point number 7. Then asking about financial figures, figures comments. Other than the figures, are we supposed to read explanations also over these questions? Other revenue, profit, and
Financial part. Not really. There's no need for you to give a separate audit opinion as such. But once they confirm by putting their seal here, they are confirming the whatever the data which are given are correct. So that is going to be enough. Yeah.
Could be done.
That-
No need explanation from the government.
No, not really. The only thing is sometimes if the figures are not according to the understanding, they might be reluctant to sign. So that is going to be enough. So since it is not really audit as such, it is only certification of the figures which are given here. So basically what most of the people they look at the annual report and expect from there, but sometimes there are additional things that they need to go through as well. So there is no need to have audit opinion, no anything.
Hi, good evening. My question is related to the governance structure of the board. Basically, currently is actually so board is not taking data. That is, can we put our global board's details in the
Is it a registered company here? In your company?
registered in Sri Lanka?
Registered in Sri Lanka.
But the board is sitting outside and the here on the management is there.
You can, because even that board of directors, if I'm not mistaken, is to be registered under the registered companies inside. So you can, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like see, even I worked for similar company where we had a couple of directors of Australian and a couple of directors of Japanese, but who are registered here. So definitely you can.
Just a clarification on but 2.1. The controller for requirements of the Security and Exchange Commission and the Colombo Stock Exchange. What are the companies that are this they just say not
Yeah, in the box, since we are introducing a box now, you can say not applicable. So if you are not listed, you don't carry marks. So we have allocated different marks for unlisted companies. So
unlisted as a different mark.
yeah.
Oh.
So when it comes to the submission through the web, so if you say not applicable, that's fine.
Hi, I'm from Naka Logistics. Just wondering, same company can register for register the same categories like shipping and shipping related and transport and logistics.
You need to get into one of the categories. Then otherwise there are conglomerates, isn't it? Yes. So then otherwise you need to get into the conglomerate category where you have so many other businesses.
But we have the departments that follows in both the categories. If you look at our ship agents department, they provide customer services for our ships basically. And just wondering that department will fall under shipping and shipping related department. And we have a freight forwarding arm that might fall under transport and logistics. How does that work there?
I think you need to use some kind of a judgment as far as the maybe operations are concerned, or maybe when you look at the revenues, so even if significant part is coming from one particular industry, better to allocate it to that particular industry. Otherwise, if you run into the conglomerate, so it might be difficult for you to maybe because the conglomerates are slightly different. Say we have it might not be applied because they have applied something like that. But then you might have to get into a different domain. Yeah, it is going to be very competitive. Maybe my personal opinion is that you look at what are the significant amount of revenue and the profitability and other operations which are coming from one industry, then you better go to that. It's going to be better.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, there are two questions on this.
Sanjay from Introductory. Just want to check regarding the submission fee. There's a submission fee paid as it, again, the submission fee. Yeah. It will be another then still go on. As it is another information, the first solution paid people enter same in the company area. And the reply on that
Question. Is it an online system question or that? That's on the first page itself. It's going to show them. System.
I think
You need to change that.
yes. But it has become a compulsory also. I'm sorry about it. I don't think it's kind of a thing that we would probably maybe the application only was sent in the last minute. But should be able to change it, this thing.
Yeah, we will correct it actually.
The clarifications between large and medium. It's extra large than if I million of thousand employees. Large categories 1,000 employees or 1 billion. But when it's a billion, it's around entire standing situation between the large and the medium is quite significant. We will really need again that because 1,000 employees and 1 billion turnover versus 100 employees and 100 million turnover. That is the region given in that entity.
We can review it, but maybe not this time since the applications are issued. We'll definitely discuss about it and have a look at when it comes to medium, large, and others. And maybe we might look at using the more retail as well in the future. So we'll look at it maybe the next time as well. Thanks for making the observation.
One other situation, being a engineering consultancy, right, professional studies and consultancy. The around is not large side. When it comes to the center area, there's no particular sector area. So our engineering consultancy predominantly to the construction, infrastructure only. So when we try to apply under the construction, we have that's into the practice. Not the consultancy that is performed. So what they apply under the other service.
Other service.
When we apply the other service, yes, in last time, but is airport companies also applying the same consultancy. Would we like
I think that you are trying to apply under 18 other services, others, is it?
yes. Last time we faced a huge competition, it's not really then
We had this particular kind of issue. Now we have 29 categories. And there were at least another 5 categories that different people wanted to kind of introduce. But we were not very keen in introducing something more than maybe this amount of 29 categories. Because otherwise there will be other kind of awards which will be going out for maybe 30 or 35. Then number of awards also going to increase as well. But we'll separately we'll discuss about it as well and see when take a note of it and we'll separately discuss about it and see. I understand your problem because there are maybe biggest market caps in the country also can go under when you talk about telecommunication and others. Yeah. So then it can be a problem. Then you might have to increase maybe some telecommunication service separate your. I don't know. We need to look at it. I think when it comes to charter dispute, the telecommunication we are able to separate it. So we'll look at it as well. Not to replicate what they are doing, but at least they have been doing also for a long time. And then that is also kind of very well recognized scheme, even though we are not into reporting, but then we'll maybe look at it as well.
Sure, I have already. Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen, before we wind it up?
From my so I was doing the application in this request that the application even asked. So the engineering, the manufacturing sector. By the similar, do we call it engineering or other?
Automobile, you can go to maybe either the others or engineering both. But as my colleague also mentioned here, it's better to have a look at the organizations which are coming under that. Sometimes when we maybe announce the winners of the categories, then you can have understanding who's going to apply to that particular category. Then you might be able to apply other services, or you might be able to apply under maybe manufacturing, engineering, or manufacturing other. So better to go through the organizations who is a practical thing. I cannot be saying so. But personally, what I feel is to look at the winners of those categories. Then you will have fair understanding who's going to apply under those categories. Then if you can align yourself and justify yourself, that you can apply under manufacturing engineering or maybe other services, or maybe manufacturing other. Then try to align maybe that where you can get maximum advantage of it. That's the practical thing which I can mention. So we look at it and see we are bit reluctant to increase it more than 29. So maybe try to give much more parity if possible. We will see what we can do.
Yeah, Mr. Mansi, do you have any observations to be made?
Okay, from the last year, marking address, online competition we have some support. Because sometimes we have to search papers, where they have been answered. And they refer, sometimes to website and certain answers and in annexes they mention a number, but that number is there. So we have to search and for example, I can give this performance evaluation. It has now it has 130. See, I can't say what has to be written. And say what should not be there. Now, this performance thing, now it has 130. Individual performance evaluation says 70 marks. Right? So the 70 marks now it asks respond. Describe the process used to evaluate the performance of individuals. So some simply writing saying we have the various KPIs in the business. So it's 25 marks. I think 25 marks, 1,500 maximum. But I think minimum also we have to put it. Because just having one line sentence for 25 marks, then we will done. And the next question, how rewards are based on performance? We pay bonus. Yes, answer. Actually, I don't know who is filling, right? So, maybe to have some courtesy, I think, and actually a lot of things he has already highlighted. And one thing more important thing is when you are answering, if you find it like, okay, are we doing something really for this particular category question? That is actually linked to your organization. That is the point here. What is important? Actually, more than that, for me, I would say that when we read all these things, with that organization itself, actually a CEO can spend time on this, they can actually make wonders in their business. Because that all questions have very much related to their business and making decisions. And of course, someone now management information system. Sometimes very brief answers, and they have, they don't have anything. I think they may find something in Google because they CEOs are not complete. Someone else is complete. But whether they are using or not, we don't know. But sometimes it's very generic answers, and that's why I think that panel of judges sometimes find it difficult to correlate what is being done. So it's very important award and also evaluation to your own organization. That's what actually I would say.
Thank you, Mr. Mansi, for the observations. I assume no more questions. This is recorded, so you can share with your colleagues. Yeah, there is another question. We will take one last question. Yes, please, madam, please. Product innovation.
Yeah. Mostly it is going to be during the year. Try to restrict yourself for the financial year. when it comes to maybe enhancement, even though the product is there, if you add a new feature, then maybe there's a possibility for you to highlight it clearly, maybe with a new feature or new element. We have added a lot of value to it. Then you might be able to maybe mention the fact, even though product was developed last year, when it comes to this year, with some change in the model, change in the specification, maybe enhancing it. If you have given a separate outlook, then you might be able to improve.
Very meaningful and innovative CSR activities also. Last time that we observed is 1 or 2 years before CSR projects were written for pages and pages, not relevant to their financial year. So we are able to do this.
But maybe the continuation is possible. For example,
Yeah, but it's only like sometimes it was not continue only very 2-3 years before.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude this session. Thank you very much for your kind presence. Please enjoy a cup of tea and refreshments. Maybe you will meet your competitors.